Righto, so what we're going to do in this episode is go through a scenario whereby you've gone out hunting for new tracks with your Garmin device set to record, and you've recorded the tracks that you've followed, and now you want to tidy up those tracks and then share them with your friends, or go on a ride and lead a bunch of others. So first of all, we go into Basecamp and connect our device, and then in the internal storage you'll see here I have a current track, and this is the track that I've recorded on my last ride. Also you'll see some waypoints, and when I'm actually out setting up tracks, then I'll mark waypoints when just to add notes to the track, if you like. In this case there was a bit of a dodgy bridge and there's a couple of items I need to delete, and they're a sharp warp obviously, which could catch people out, and I can mark with the corner man when I do the ride. So first of all, what we need to do before we start editing the track, as I said before, is we want to keep that current track and keep it in a collection untouched. So first of all we'll create a duplicate to be able to edit. Okay, so I'll move the recorded track now to my collection so that that copy stays there, and I can just delete it from this view using the delete key on the computer. Okay, so let's have a look at this track. We'll just zoom in using the scroll, and you can see already that this track has a couple of wrong turns in it. So obviously I went up this way here, decided that this really wasn't the direction I wanted to travel, or reach a dead end, or it just wasn't going to work out for me. And also a similar one here where I've literally gone up and had to turn around and come back. So the rest of the track I was fairly happy with, so all I need to do now is go in and tidy up and delete those sections. Alright, so what I'll do now is this is going to be a day ride, so I'll create a new list, and we'll call it test, as we have done in the past. Well, yep. So from the internal storage, I'll highlight all these with shift and down, and pop them all into my test list. And I'm going to work with them in the test list. Okay, so let's just start by selecting the track. Just click on it anywhere, just get rid of that box, and I'm scrolling in just to get tighter into it. Now along my toolbar, just going to select the edit features so they'll show, which gives me the eraser and the insert point and move point, and they're already available on that tools menu there. Okay, so in this particular case I'm going to get the eraser, and I want to delete this first off track bit. So I'm going to start about there, and as I left click and just hold my mouse down and just move it slightly, it's already guessed what I want to do, and that I want to delete all those track points that have been highlighted with crosses. So as I release, it deletes them. Okay, now I can scroll in or scroll out just to get more detail of this junction here, and I just want to tidy up those last few and make that into a straight line. So I can literally left click on each point until such time as I gain a completely straight line. Okay. Obviously there's other tools here like insert track point, which I can actually insert a track point and move the track wherever I want. And there's also other things you can do, but I really don't need to do that. So going back to the pan tool, I've cleared that section up now, and now all I need to do is delete this wrong turn as well. So again, select the eraser, select it near the junction, just move it slightly and it guesses what I want to do. Get rid of all those and pan in and just tidy up the last few. Just get rid of that pop up and just keep erasing the points until I get a nice absolute turn then. Okay, so now I'll just go back to the pan tool, and in this particular case we can delete this bit waypoint and delete that bit waypoint. Oops. Okay, and I want to keep my two waypoints, the dodgy bridge and the caution whoop on bend, so that when we actually ride the track, those waypoints will highlight on the GPS screen and just warn me prior to those. So if I zoom out now, just highlight the track, we can see now the track is nice and clean, with a couple of good waypoints. And now I can name the track Tenterfield Ride, I guess we'll do. And now I can export that test. I may as well rename that to Tenterfield Ride too, so my guys know what I'm sending them through. Now with that highlighted, all I'm going to do is export Tenterfield Ride, and as before I'm just going to put that on my desktop. And you see it there, and I can easily now just select an email and attach that to the email and send it. Right, what I can do now is, because that's in my day rides and it's all sorted, I can tidy up my GPS and just delete those items off my GPS, knowing that they will still be all in my collection, even in the waypoints, like I say, unless I right click and delete from the right click menu, they'll still be available in my collection. So that is how to edit a recorded ride. Alright, thanks for listening.